Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about the science behind all of this that we've been discussing. So, first of all, let's talk about the singularity of focus with VP culture. When I'm focusing someone's mind on the singularity of valuing others, I'm helping their brain to maintain a singular focus. You really cannot function well under a multitasking environment. That's not really a thing that's possible for us as human beings. It's a singular question for action. Your leaders can always say, is this valuing people? If I do this, is that really the greatest way to value people? And so it helps them to wrestle through every single question, every single action that they have to take, that you're not there to micromanage. They can ask this question and it helps their brains focus on what truly is important. Okay, so it's the focus component that's important as well. So they've actually discovered that there is this part of your prefrontal cortex that is responsible for focus. And remember, we've talked about earlier that if you create a toxic culture like Enron did, you're eventually going to take this part of the focused brain offline. And this is what focuses you on ethics and morality and keeps you focused on the one thing that motivates all people. So without that part of your brain, you're constantly going to be struggling. So the other thing that we've talked a lot about is the serotonin leadership molecular transmitter, which is within the brain. And this is the thing that we need to kind of pair between the dopaminergic pursuit of things. We actually need to direct that dopamine towards the correct focus towards others. So what you're doing is you're using your brain's innate features to focus with dopamine on the pursuit of something. Have it pursue the right things, connecting others, making affiliations and connections and valuing others. And then serotonin becomes that protective agent that keeps people going back to this again and again, whereas these extrinsic motivators alone that are only tied to dopamine become problematic. They become destructive. They become that deconstructive behavior that becomes a spiral downwards. Whereas when I use dopamine and I use serotonin together in an upward cycle, we drive people to working together and collaborating and having more of that valuing people kind of culture. So it's an upregulation that our brains can be focused on by you as a leader. So you as a leader, according to Dr. Henry Cloud, your job is to focus the mind of your team on one singular thing. And that's the beauty of VP culture is we give you that one thing that will ultimately motivate all people.